Now that you've accepted an offer, what are the most common hurdles that you're going to have to jump through before getting paid? Now, there's three common hurdles with almost any real estate transaction that you're going to go through. The first one, the most common, is your inspection contingency. This usually is between 5 and 7 days, but can be as little as 1 day up to a couple months. And this basically gives the buyer a due diligence period to most likely bring over a professional inspector and make sure they know everything about the house from roof to basement. Now, the buyer has the opportunity during this inspection time frame to back out of the deal, get their deposit back, and it'll walk away free and clear. Another thing they could do is move forward, buy the property as is, or what typically happens is they look to negotiate maybe some repairs or some money back on that purchase before moving forward. Now, the second hurdle that you're most likely going to have to go through is the appraisal. Most buyers, especially in this market, about 90% of buyers end up getting a mortgage on the property. And not only do they have to agree to the price, but when they're getting a mortgage, the bank also has to agree on the price. So the bank, before they'll lend money and give that buyer a mortgage, they're going to send out what they call an appraiser. And this is a third-party opinion on value. And if the appraiser doesn't think the house is worth as much as the purchase agreement, that's another opportunity for the buyer to back out, and another time where you're going to have to go back to the negotiation table and somehow figure out that difference in pricing. You got through the inspection, you got through the appraisal, and the third hurdle that you're really going to have to jump through with most sales is the financing contingency. So, in the beginning of the process, all these buyers coming through your house, they're pre-qualified, pre-approved through their lender. Now that it's time to actually lend the money, they have to have a final underwriting process to make sure the buyer is fully approved. Now, those are the three most common hurdles that you're going to have to get through even after you get an accepted offer on your property. Now, if you notice, the second two, the appraisal and the financing contingencies, all regards in terms of the mortgage process. And this is the exact reason why cash is king. If you bring a cash offer, a lot of times the only contingency that you're going to have is the inspection contingency. So that's why cash is king. And a lot of times cash offers, even at a lower price, might get accepted over a financed offer because of the extra contingencies along with that, and an extra allotted time that it takes to sell the home. Now, one extra bonus tip to kind of always helps mend and cure all these contingencies coming through is non-refundable earnest money deposit. Now, say you have your house up on the market, you get an offer. One of my favorite things is to counter back with a non-refundable EMD deposit. Simply stated, if the buyer has $5,000 of unrefundable earnest money deposit, during the inspection period, say they decide to back out, they're also walking away from $5,000. Say something happens with the appraisal. If they decide to walk out, they're backing out and losing $5,000. This is something that's not very common, but if your property had a lot of interest in it, you have multiple offers, this is one of my favorite things, to tell the potential buyers the seller is looking for, and it really helps weed out who's the serious buyers versus somebody that's writing an offer and going to take that due diligence time with their inspection to see if they really like the home. If I can ever help you answer any questions, buy, sell, invest in real estate here in Southeast Michigan, I'd love for you to give me a call.